Okay, Dana Taylor here for 4513 again for week 1. I was going to do my question and commentary. Globalization in American Popular Culture by Lane Crothers is what I'm going to talk about. On page 18, he talks about, I found it interesting that globalization and fragmentation occur at the same time. They're like two sides of a coin, like good and evil. You kind of don't have one without the other. So I found that really interesting. And then on page 28, he was talking about the McDonaldization of the world, and how we're all going to become homogenized. We are going to eat the same thing, wear the same thing, shop at the same places. And my question is, do you really think that's a possibility, or don't we innately all have inside of us a desire to maybe not wear the same outfit as everyone we work with, or you don't want to be caught in the same dress as your boss, or like me personally, whenever I'm going somewhere, I'm traveling, I want to eat at some place that I wouldn't normally be able to eat. So I'm not going to eat at a chain where everybody eats, like McDonald's and those mainstream things. I want to go eat somewhere that has good reviews and good food, because I'm very definitely a foodie, but that's different. I think we all like to experience and think that maybe we're original or different. That could be just in our own minds. But so that's my question. Do you think that we are all going to become homogenized? You really think that's the trend? I mean, I see that it's popular and it can be safe, but don't you think that the majority of us tend to want to be an original, and will continue to support things that are not the same? And then my other comment about this whole chapter that I found very interesting, he talks about what American culture is classified as, which involves a lot of things, and trade, etc. But speaking as somebody, I have an adopted sister from Ecuador, and I feel like our goods are the thing that they want. That they may not be, they'll watch our movies and our television shows, but they want our Levi's, and they want our televisions, and they want our cell phones, and they want our technology, because it's readily accessible here and not always as accessible in other countries in the world. And she funds her whole trip home. Every time she goes home to Ecuador, she shops Black Friday, she shops any sale that she can, and she packs her bags full of clothes that she cuts the tags out of so she doesn't have to pay import tax, and electronics. And then while she's home, she sells them to her community in Ecuador, and they buy up everything she has. So she comes home, she fills her suitcases up with Ecuadorian coffee for me, which, if you've never tried Ecuadorian coffee, I can highly recommend it. It's very finely ground, not bitter. It's really good. And homemade Ecuadorian sweaters for my granddaughters that have llamas on them and things like that, but her suitcases are mainly empty, and it pays for her trips. So I don't know that they really want our culture, that we're really making progress on globalization with culture, but our goods and our television shows and our technology, they want that, but they have their own belief system and they really don't want to adopt ours. That's my opinion anyway. So I'd like to hear what everybody thinks. Thanks.